How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Hbar video, and as you can see, Hbar's attacking the level of support it created on the liquidation event. Now, it did manage to dump down to 8 cents, but the daily close was at 16, so it doubled from down there. Absolutely wild that day. Anyways, when that actually occurred, I made a video update saying, guys, this is a very bad situation, and that's because the last few months was spent hugging this double bottom neckline as support, setting up for the next wave higher. The W pattern here had not yet met the target, and that was actually pointed at the 35 cent area. And you can also ignore the W and just view it from this bottom as a bull flag or bull pennant for continuation in the upper direction to the last real resistance of this range. By breaking past this area, you're seeing the creation of the reversal wave, and that is when 55 to 82 cent become targets. But before the break of 35 cent, this is not the case. And the argument is that all of the past year could be a dead cat bounce until that's flipped into support. So even with the whole entire year setting up in a bullish pattern, and you can even say here it's an inverse head and shoulders pattern. If certain parameters change, if we're seeing levels of support that need to hold for the continuation higher lost, we have to flip our bias. So even though everything was setting up bullish, we saw the break down lower underneath this key level of support. The 200 EMA was lost, and over the last few days after the liquidation event, there was a pump back up into that previous support, but now as resistance. This is what I kept on telling you guys. It is most likely going to be resistance, and there will be an attempt to lose this support is created to eventually fill in this wick. And that is exactly what is going on right now. I can place a Fibonacci measuring that completed move up, and it does show there is some upcoming support at 13 and 15 cent or 14 and 15 cent. So if we were to bounce from this location and actually manage to recover this support, there will be one last opportunity to bounce back up and attack this level. But once again, it's meant to be resistant. So the likely scenario is that it continues lower from here. This is very, very, very negative. The only way we'll sort this mess out is with Bitcoin recovering certain key levels, and that will help Hbar recover this. But until we actually see that, and the pump up towards that level is not good enough, guys. As it's pumping up towards there, I'm going to be saying and believing that it's just a resistance retest unless I see the true recovery, and let's just say breaking past 22 cent. Only at that point will I believe we're going up to 35 cent. 35 cent is no longer happening, and that means that 55 and 80 and $1 and $2 is no longer happening unless we see the recovery of this level, because now it's on a bearish path with the 200 EMA being lost, taking up an average of the last 200 days. This is not something to ignore. We need to see that recovery. That is only going to happen with Bitcoin. Otherwise, any pump back up is just going to confirm it once again as resistance, and you will see it bleed down lower. I will continue to make updates as this develops, and hopefully it does turn around for altcoin holders. But I really wouldn't want to be an altcoin holder in this sort of scenario when the market is not bullish whatsoever. That is it from me today. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. If you want extra content and to request TA on any chart, use the link down below. Join the Discord community if you want to learn how to read the chart just like me and why you should have certain biases when they're invalidated. Use the links down below. Check out the website. I've got options on an ebook and a one-to-one mentorship live streams.